Am either that for telling my cheating ex-husband I will never feel bad for him and I will never help him make this better. I, 46 Holme, was married to my ex-husband John, 48 male, a decade when I found out he had cheated multiple times with multiple women, one of whom became a fully fledged affair. We had 3 young kids at the time. How I found out was I started suffering some concerning symptoms, went to the doctor, and some tests were ran, and it was discovered I had gonorrhea, which had caused pelvic inflammatory disorder. The whole thing was devastating, and John didn't even pretend he was concerned about me. But he was concerned about his affair partner, Kathy. The two of them married after the divorce, and I had to pick up the pieces, deal with the consequences of John's cheating and his lasting gift, and help my kids deal with the divorce. All while I had to be civil in front of the kids, which killed me. I had minimal contact with John and Kathy. I refused to speak to either unless I had to. A few times they attempted additional contact with the aim of us being friends, but I shot that down and I told the two of them to rot in hell. The kids had a good relationship with their dad until a few years ago, but John and Kathy were unable to have children together. I believe she had miscarriages and stillbirths, and my kids felt there was pressure on them to gather around them and love Kathy so she'd still feel like a mother, but none of them had a close relationship with her. And they felt like their dad was manipulative about it, so they started going to his house less and faded away. My youngest graduated in May and didn't invite John or Kathy. There were discussions about it, but ultimately he decided he would prefer to focus on his achievement and not the drama. John attempted to get me to force my youngest's hand, and he tried to throw a pity party about their losses and Kathy's love for the kids and her losing the chance to be a mother. I blocked him after several text messages about this. Now I've had him at my house trying to make me feel bad for him and Kathy by talking about all the losses and asking me to help him make this better, which to him means he wants the kids back in his and Kathy's lives, and for me to encourage them to love both of them and to let them, but especially Kathy, feel like she won't miss out on all the motherly experiences. He wanted me to treat her like their other mother and present as a team so that when weddings and babies come along, she'll be included and equal in all of it. I had no patience for his request, and even though he was already upset talking about the losses, I was not kind. When I told him to get away from my house and from me, I told him I will never feel bad for him, and that his pity party and attempt to make me responsible for their happiness after the way he treated me was outrageous. I told him he caused all of this and he can fix it, but he doesn't deserve a single ounce of kindness or compassion from me after his fate.